Kelley, to just get us started, I mean, you've had such a long, incredible career and an extensive background in journalism. Can you tell us a little bit more about just, how you got to this place you're at today and, just a little bit more information on your incredible career?
Sure. Thanks for having me. And hi, everybody. I'm Kelley Tuthill, and I'm about to mark my 15th year of survival. So if that's not a testament to the incredible work that research has done, I don't know what is. It's my life, and it's profound to me personally, and I know to my family. So we're really grateful for the support of so many people this month and every month in the fight against breast cancer. And as for my career, I did work for about 20 years as a journalist, and it was awesome. I love doing it. I mostly love because I love meeting people, like all the people who are with us today, and getting to connect and hear their stories. So for me, that was the best part about being a journalist, was that people were willing to share their stories with me, and that therefore with a larger audience, and often to get a change that they wanted to see in the world. And that was an awesome responsibility, and still is. I think it's been a really challenging year and a half to have been a journalist. And I'm really grateful for those colleagues who are out there every day fighting to tell the truth and to take a lot of criticism for doing their jobs. So there are a lot of great journalists out there that are working really hard under, in the last year, very dangerous conditions.
So, at the BCRF Foundation, what is it? How do you advocate? Like, what does it mean to be a part of the foundation? Can you tell us a little bit more about how you're really leading this important movement today?
Sure. At the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, the mission is simple. It's to fund research all over the world, because we know that research is the only way we're going to find a cure and save lives. And people wonder sometimes, are we making progress, right? I still hear of people who are getting breast cancer, who are sadly dying of breast cancer. We are making progress. There have been tremendous gains as a result of BCRF funded research. For example, in my own life, 2 drugs that saved my life were developed by money raised through BCRF. So one is Herceptin. Many people have heard of this drug. It's one of those targeted therapies. So the type of breast cancer I had, and there are many, everyone thinks like you get breast cancer, it's one type of breast cancer. I learned the hard way it's not. It's different types of breast cancer. And what research is allowing scientists and doctors to realize is that each type of breast cancer needs its own treatment. So the kind I had, called HER2 positive, needed Herceptin. And it was discovered just a short time before I was diagnosed. So if it wasn't around, I can tell you honestly, you wouldn't be talking to me. I mean, it's that black and white. It was a drug that I needed to live. So I took that targeted therapy, and I'm here. And then when I was done with my treatment, I was able to take tamoxifen. And many people have heard of tamoxifen. And it basically allows you to take a pill every day in the hopes that your cancer won't come back. And some people who have really strong predisposition to breast cancer, they take it to prevent it from coming. Like if they have a strong family history, they might be prescribed tamoxifen to make sure they don't get breast cancer. So it's a pretty incredible drug. So when people wonder, are we making progress? We are. But then the challenge to everyone this October and every day is, what's next? What do we need to do next? We have so many women living with metastatic disease, which means there's not a cure right now. So they live with it, just like people live with diabetes and other chronic conditions. So they're waiting on all of us to help get them the cure they need for their type of cancer. So that takes fundraising. It takes money to fund the science. It's not the government that's doing it. It's private fundraising. And it's organizations like BCRF, the largest private fundraiser of breast cancer research in the world. And so that's why I support it. That's the work that I do, because I'm so grateful that I lived, and I feel an obligation, but a good one, to do more to make sure others do as well.
How did you initially get involved?
Well, I mean, that's one great thing about, they call it friend raising, right? A friend tells you this is a great organization, but I'm a journalist, so I don't take anybody's word for it. So I had to check it out. And BCRF meant a lot to me because 90 cents of every dollar goes to research. I don't want to fund, non-essential needs, right? I want an organization that's really tight and uses most of the money for the service they provide and as little as possible for the obvious administrative costs. So BCRF is very efficient. It has the backing of a global brand. Estee Lauder Company is an amazing company. And as a testament to how good they are and how much people have faith in the work they do, companies like Anne Klein join with them. They say, we run a great business too. Our business's success can benefit the research that you all enable. So I really think when you're looking for like third-party endorsement, a company like Anne Klein, that's a gold standard in the retail industry, supporting the gold standard in the nonprofit space of breast cancer. I don't know how you find a better organization then. When you're looking like there's so many places with pink ribbons, what do I do? Well, trust a longtime retailer like Anne Klein, trust a longtime breast cancer charity that knows how to raise money efficiently and get it right to the researchers as a good place to put your dollars.
Yeah, I mean, it's just incredible. When Anne Klein passed away, and she passed away in '79, there just wasn't the same type of awareness around breast cancer. And it was kind of something that she didn't talk about in her famous Battle of Versailles. She had breast cancer, and most people didn't even know. And it's just amazing that, so many years later, we're able to still like honor her legacy and be able to kind of, support a cause that at the time there just wasn't the same conversation around.
Right. Nobody would say breast. Right.
Yes.
I mean, nobody would talk about it. And people like Anne Klein and Betty Ford had to pave the way for people to get comfortable about this, that somehow was embarrassing because of the part of the body it was at. It's cancer. And we've come a long way, right, since those days. I think that the awareness is very much changed. And I think the most important thing is to understand that awareness really isn't our goal at this point, right? In your grandmother's days it was, but today it's really not awareness. We're greedier than that. We want to cure. We want to make sure that the ribbon means something, and it means a fight for the cure, a fight that those ribbons translate into not just awareness, but motivation to do something.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, as a survivor, Kelley, like, can you tell us a little bit more about, I mean, breast cancer is just something that unfortunately affects most people, whether it's someone you love or someone you know. This month and every month, how can we all just do a better job at being there for the people in our life?
It's a really good question. I think it's that we're open about it, right? That nobody has to live and battle alone. And I think by building communities like we have right now, right, we're talking about it and we're sharing our stories. Throughout my breast cancer journey, I was really open to talking to people about it. I did do video, my treatments and the whole process because I wanted to demystify it and I wanted to give people hope, right? I mean, this is hard. Let's acknowledge it. So I think when you have friends, it's okay to acknowledge this is really hard and I'm sorry this happened to you. And how can I be a good friend to you? And so I hated it when people assumed I wouldn't do something. Oh, well, we need to leave her alone. It's probably too much, or she probably would never want to go to the movies or get her nails done. Why do you assume that, right? Because I'm battling. Maybe on Tuesday I didn't feel good, but by Wednesday I might feel good enough to go get a manicure with you if you ask. So I think it's asking someone like, how do I meet you where you're at? And I think that throwaway line of, let me know if there's anything I can do, it's kind of the worst because no one's ever going to pick up the phone and say, oh, I was thinking, could you send me an edible arrangement? Like, no one's going to do that. So I think there's other ways around it, right? I think it's helpful if you're going through it or if your friend's going through it, you need that one best friend or sister or mother or family member that can be the person, right, to organize things. That way, nobody shows up with 6 casseroles on Monday and you don't have enough room for your freezer and it's just not helpful. But if that friend is organizing it, and of course online you can organize stuff so easily, then we can make sure that if the family needs a meal on Thursday, they get it. If the friend needs a ride for her kids or a ride to treatment. I mean, I always thought rides to treatment were really great. I mean, people live in the city, I get it. Maybe it's a subway ride to a treatment or an Uber ride to a treatment, but that's sometimes a nice way to provide help because treatment gets so exhausting. If you offer someone, I'll drive you. And in fact, I'll just sit outside. We don't even have to park. I'll circle the block a few times. You go in and I can pick you up, or I'll walk you in and we'll park. that's just lightening the load for someone. And it's hard to say no when someone just says that. So I know I did that for a friend of mine that was going through cervical cancer. And I said, I'll just pick you up one of those radiation days because I know it gets to be a drag. And she said, okay. So I drove her in. And it's just a nice thing you can do for someone. It's companionship, and it just makes it a little easier for them after it just drags on when you have to keep going to the cancer center. It's hard.
Yeah. And how did your experience battling breast cancer, your outlook on?
I mean, I think it makes you realize you can't take anything for granted, right? When I was 36 years old, when I was diagnosed, I had a 6-month-old and I had a 2.5-year-old. I wasn't expecting it. I had no family history. I didn't see it coming. I thought it was something with nursing. It must be like a bump related to clogged duct or something like that. I definitely did not think it was breast cancer. So it kind of stops in your tracks because you expect at 36 that you will live a long time. And not only will you have children, of course, you can have grandchildren. And when it happens to you, all of a sudden you think, oh, I better stop taking things for granted and make sure that I'm really enjoying and being present. And I think we all struggle with that right now, like being present. So I think it's a challenge every day to like really be in the moment, really listen to people. Sometimes my kids are like, Mom, you're not listening. How do you be more present? How do you allow for some quiet space in your life? And how do you make sure you don't put things off? I really don't put things off like I used to. My husband and I just are about to celebrate our 20th anniversary. And it would have been really easy to put off that vacation, right? It's not really a great time to travel. Is it safe? Is it this? We went and we had an awesome time and nothing bad happened. Thank goodness. Nobody was quarantined or got COVID or anything. But you try not to put things off because you don't take it for granted. Oh, we could do that at our 30th or our 40th. No, it's our 20th. Like, let's live right now and enjoy life and create memories.
Well, congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank you. It's not easy, right?
I just anniversary, so
say that again. What year?
1 year.
1 year. Yay. How was it? Was it great?
Yeah, 1 year down.
That's good. I tell people it's not easy, right? I mean, you're coming together, you're an independent person, you come together and have your life with another person. And it's every day is not easy, but it's so worth it. And you grow together and you change together. And eventually, if you're willing, you meld your checking accounts together. I really held on to that one for a long time. That's a hard one to give up, but you do, and it's great. So congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. And you as well. And Kelley, you know, there's a lot of women out here watching that are of all ages. What do you recommend just for preventative measures and, you know, make sure that there's no surprises and, you know, people are just reacting early and taking every step to make sure that they're healthy?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think COVID gave a lot of people an excuse not to go to the doctor, right? Not to go to the dentist, doctor, get mammograms. Okay, we're done with that now. Put on your mask and make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you check all those boxes. So mammograms are what's recommended. And typically it's going to be after age 40. It might be younger for you, depending on your family history. So you got to talk to your doctor about it because it's really an individual thing. So I can't tell you when you should go. You need to talk to your doctor and go over the options with them. I mean, mammograms aren't fun. I'm going Friday. It's not fun, but it's not that big of a deal either. You just go in, you do it. Neither is going to the dentist, but we go to the dentist. It's important to make time for that. So yearly mammograms after age 40 are typically what are recommended, except for in certain circumstances. Other people have asked me, well, my mother had it. What should I do? Again, it's a conversation you need to have your doctor. My line has always been, and if your doctor's not like having good conversations with you, you might need a new doctor that does have a thorough conversation with you and let you know if you should maybe see somebody at a breast specialty center that can really go over the options with you. That might be the better idea if you've got a strong family history. But do not ignore mammograms. It is a good place to start. And it's controversial about self-exams. If you feel a lump, go to your doctor and ask your doctor to feel the lump as well. It's just common sense. And you should be aware of changes in your own body at all parts, because you're the one living in your body. And to make sure you tell your doctor and to be persistent. You always hear people that say, I knew something was wrong and they wouldn't listen to me. Again, if you don't feel like your care providers are listening to you, look and see if there's another option for care.
And any lifestyle choice recommend?
Well, yeah, when you ask how my life changed after breast cancer, all of a sudden exercise seemed like a much better idea. We talk a lot about prevention. I'm not a doctor, let's just be clear, but I've followed this closely because my life depends on it. So it's clear that the research BCRF has funded, shows exercise, regular exercise, aerobic exercise. You've got to get your heart going at least 3 times a week. I go for a walk at least every day. I do my aerobic exercise. I do my weights. Green leafy vegetables, all the studies show. Eat your broccoli, eat your kale, eat your spinach. And then, sorry to the folks listening, moderation on alcohol. The studies put a clear correlation between alcohol use and breast cancer. So you got to think about, is it really worth it? I don't think you want to have a glass every day to unwind. It's not healthy. Drinking in moderation should be fine for you, but you don't, that concept that it's wine o'clock, it's really not conducive to a healthy breast cancer lifestyle, breast cancer prevention lifestyle.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's really
sorry.
No,
it was.
A lot of times I ask that because someone, who has family history and friends that have experienced loved ones affected by breast cancer. I think it's often the thought that it's, just your, it's just your family history, but I think it's important to draw attention to, there are other things that, could potentially help, and simple changes that we could, make to keep ourselves healthy.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's we don't have control over everything, but there are some things we have control over, and leading a healthy lifestyle and exercising is absolutely a good way to ward off the potential for having breast cancer.
Okay, Kelley, please tell us more about your 10-part series and getting an Emmy. Like, that is so incredible.
Thank you. Well, as a journalist, I made the decision early on. I was very scared when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Once I had a plan to tackle the breast cancer with great doctors, great nurses, then I felt like I could deal with it. And then I said, well, what do you think about maybe having the cameras follow me along the treatment? So we did that. And it was very comfortable for me. And I felt like it was a good way to raise awareness, not just that awareness is the goal, but to let people understand, what it means. One, that a 36-year-old can get breast cancer, because people don't think that it's likely the person who's going to get it. And 2, how a person gets through it. And I think in general, I have a really positive attitude. And we always joke that we wish positive attitudes were the cure for cancer. They're not, but it certainly helps, and it makes it a lot less miserable for everybody going through it. And let's be clear, everybody in your family goes through it. Your children, your spouse, your family at large. It takes a toll. So I think the more we can be positive and focus on, even if it's a very difficult diagnosis, focus on what we do have control over, and focus on how we can positively get through it with the support of loved ones and friends. That makes a huge difference. So I had the cameras follow, and I tried to give people hope and tried to show them that, life does bring us some really unexpected twists and turns, but, you can face them and you can deal with it, and you can get through it and come out the other side, and you can go on TV with a wig, and you can wait for your awkward hair to grow back. And it's hard. And I cried and I was honest about it, but you can get through it. And then 9 years later, I unexpectedly got pregnant. And so I could even somehow amazingly have another child after all this. And I hope particularly that young women find that inspirational, because it can be really difficult in your 20s or 30s to get a breast cancer diagnosis and face the possibility of not having or completing a family. So I hope people saw it was possible. And that she's healthy. She's in 1st grade right now. She does cool.
Oh, that's amazing. For anyone who wants to watch, where can they do that?
It's on my Facebook page, Kelley Tuthill, breast cancer advocate. It's my work page. There's a Kelley Tuthill page too, but it's on my Facebook page. All the videos are there.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. And one final question for you. Of course, giving money is important. Let's all get out there and do that every month, but especially this month. Whether you can give money or help in maybe some other way, if that's not possible, how can every single person that watches this make a difference?
Well, I mean, I think being compassionate to others when you know somebody's going through it, to reach out. I know before I had breast cancer, I was hesitant to reach out to someone. You know, you could tell that maybe they're wearing a wig or that they're going through it. And I was, I don't know what to say. So please never hesitate to reach out to someone. You're not bothering them. They will feel your support. A text, a post, an email, anything. I think it's really nice. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. And as I said, concrete offers, right? Can I bring dinner on Thursday? Would it be helpful if I dropped a book off? Could I give you a Netflix gift card? Would you like to watch some funny shows? Very specific offers, I think, are really what's needed when your life goes into chaos, and anything kind to someone's children. You know, if you're going through breast cancer, you are very, by and large, if you're a mom, very worried about the impact it may have on your children. So anybody that steps forward and says, oh, would your kids like to do blank with my kids? Or could I take your kids to do something fun? Or brings an ice cream sundae by or something. That's going to make a mother going through it feel so great, because she feels, I know I felt, I won't speak for everyone, guilty, sad, worried about them. You just, you know, and you don't have a lot of energy to be worrying about other people because you're trying to focus on getting yourself healthy. So anytime anybody comes through and lightens the load a little bit, that's really appreciated. So everybody can do that. And, you know, embrace the ribbon, embrace the pink,
Yeah.
but mean it, you know, like and again, it's not about saving. People will say, save the boobies or any of that stuff. No, we're saving lives this month. We're trying to fund research to save lives. It's simple. So any way you can promote that and get people focused on, this is a life-threatening disease. This is serious stuff. And we need to work together to prevent any further loss of life. I've lost so many friends over the years. I have many who have survived and have done quite well, but we have to acknowledge this is a life-threatening disease. It is really serious. It's taking our mothers and sisters and daughters, and we need to stand together as women in particular and say enough. We're not going to put up with this anymore. We're going to save lives. That's what I want people to be focused on, not that light, fun stuff. We package it in that because that's how we get through it. But underneath it is a lot of pain, and we can never forget that we stand together to prevent pain for others.
Yeah, everyone, let's do this. We have an option on our Instagram for you to donate. So please, we have a goal to hit. Make sure that you go onto Anne Klein's page and donate. And Kelley, you know, if maybe it's the end of the month and they've missed our donation on our page, you know, where can everybody donate? How can everyone make sure that they're making their money count?
Yeah, two great ways. Here, you can go onto the Breast Cancer Research Foundation's website, bcrf.org. You can also shop pink, which is really fun. So do you like my top? I'm wearing Anne Klein's shop pink item. This beautiful Nehru jacket can be yours, and a portion of the proceeds will go to BCRF. So the Shop Pink page at bcrf.org is a great way. People keep talking about how holiday presents are going to be delayed this year because of all the shipping issues. Go ahead and order now. Your money will go toward BCRF, and you'll get an early jump on the holiday shopping season. You get them ordered and delivered. There's a lot of great items on there from wonderful retailers with a heart like Anne Klein, who step up every October and offer items and then say we will give part of the proceeds to BCRF. So it's a wonderful partnership. So we all win, right? Who doesn't like to shop?
Yeah.
You get some great stuff for yourself or loved ones, and you support BCRF in the process. So thank you to everyone at Anne Klein for their generous support of BCRF, and thanks to everyone here to go and shop and support this wonderful cause. My life depended on it and still does every day. So from the bottom of my heart, and from those also in this fight, and to those who especially lost their lives to breast cancer, I thank you, because research is the only way we're going to end breast cancer.
Thank you so much, Kelley. And we'll make sure that we provide a link on our Instagram page after this. So you can go check out everything, and we'll make sure that you know where to donate on the BCRF site as well. So
awesome.
Kelley, thank you so much for joining us today. It was incredible having you.
Oh, it was so nice to be with you. Thanks so much.
Yeah, take care. Have a great your Wednesday. And you guys make sure to donate. You know, it's the 13th. You have forever. The website is always live. You can always donate, but let's make sure we really get together this month and make it count. We got this.
Thank you. Take
All right.
care.
Take care.
Bye.